welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Savana, and today I am finally filming a very requested video for you guys. In today's video, I'm excited to share all of the total costs and products that we use in our mobile pet grooming conversion. This video has been highly requested and I haven't been ignoring it. I'm going to be completely honest with all of the numbers. The only reason it has taken me this long to film it is just because I had all of my receipts saved up for tax time, but I never took the time to add everything up. So I finally did my taxes, now the numbers are in. In the description box below, you will be able to find links to all the products that I mentioned today, as well as timestamps. So if you want to skip to the area of the video where I talk about our generator, you'll be able to find what time I talk about that at. One of the big questions that I always get is how much, in general, did the van conversion cost? So I'm actually going to address all that at the beginning of the video if that is the only thing that you're interested in. Throughout this video, I'm also going to be popping up some clips of the van so you know exactly what I'm talking about. I've got lots to talk about, so let's just get started. Okay, so I've got all my notes in a notebook here, so if I'm looking down, that is why, to make sure that I tell you everything correctly. Now, something that I want to point out before I get into any of the numbers or the products is that I live in Canada. So everything is going to be in Canadian prices and also websites that deliver to Canada. So things might differ if you live in the States or elsewhere. To start off with, before we even bought a van or started the conversion at all, our maximum budget for everything, van included, the tools, and the conversion was $50,000. The van that we converted is a 2016 Nissan Envy. And when we purchased it, it had around 51,000 kilometers. And the price for the van with GST, you will notice that at the beginning when I name all of these big items, I am going to tell you what the price was with GST. And then later on, I'm going to tell you how much GST we paid in total. Because where I live, when you start a new business, you actually get all of the GST back at tax time once you claim it all. So there's going to be a total number, but then the GST is going to be subtracted because that is how much I'm getting back soon. So the total that we spent for the cost of the van, this includes a $400 delivery fee to get it from Edmonton to Saskatoon. We chose to pay this delivery fee because it was cheaper than for us actually having to drive to Edmonton and then drive 2 vehicles home. The fee for delivery was $400. So that plus the cost of the van with all taxes was $32,872.65. The cost of whatever van you decide to purchase is obviously going to depend on the van itself that you purchase. We wanted to get something that was newer, so a 2016, and something with low K, so that we didn't have to worry about the van itself breaking down. Now, luckily, my dad is also a mechanic, so I have a feeling in the future that will come in handy. So ideally, when we first set our budget of $50,000, we were hoping to spend around $30,000 or less on the van itself and around $20,000 for the conversion. We ended up spending a little bit over our budget at $32,000 for the van, but we were okay with that number and we felt it was a fair deal for the van and its condition. Moving on to the conversion cost. This is everything like the generator, the walls, the screws, the plumbing, any of the equipment used to run the van while I'm working. The total cost of the conversion was $11,768.34 with all taxes. The next number that I want to tell you is my tools cost. This includes storage containers in the van, all of the shampoos and ear cleaner that I needed to purchase when I started grooming out of the van, towels, happy hoodies, muzzles, cotton pads, etc. All of the things I needed to run my own business that I didn't already have. I already had a set of clippers, I already had lots of shears and snap-on combs, etc. This is all the extra stuff that my employer provided for me previously, but I needed to get for myself. So my tools cost with tax was $1,632. To give you a breakdown of exactly how much we paid for the van, the conversion, and tools, our total came in at $46,272.99. Now I want to talk a little bit about taxes. So since in total we paid a little over $46,000 for everything, the GST that we paid on that was $2,031.47. So that means I will be getting a little over $2,000 back tax time, and the total without GST that we paid for the entire conversion is $44,241.52. So we came in well under our budget. If you are interested in hearing about the equipment and the supplies we used in the van and a breakdown of all of that pricing, just stay tuned because I'm gonna go through that now. Before I get started in all of the conversion and tool prices, I'm just gonna say I'm including all of the big items that most people ask me about when they are starting their own conversion. If there's something that I haven't included in this video, please leave a comment down below and I will try my best to get back to you and get a link for you. Also, I will say that my husband did most of the work on this van. I helped as much as I could, but he was kind of the brains of everything. He was the one that knew how the electrical was gonna work and the plumbing. I don't have a ton of knowledge about that, so if you have questions about running the electrical, the plumbing, etc., or any just like little questions, feel free to also leave that in the comments down below. Okay, so one of the very first things that we purchased for the van conversion and how the entire van works is our generator. Everything is hardwired to a breaker panel, and then that breaker panel plugs directly into the generator. We don't have any inverter system or batteries. The generator that we purchased was the Honda EM 5000 SX. There will be a link below in the description. And we paid $3,147.54. This is without GST. All of my tool and conversion costs are now going to be without GST because you know how much I'm getting back. Next, I want to talk about my dryer. I got a black 2-speed K9 dryer. This is what I was used to using in a wagon wheels van that I worked out of for my previous employer, and I really enjoyed it, so I decided to get the same one. The dryer cost $541.49. Now I remembered that I waited until this dryer went on sale, and then once I did, I snatched it up. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be maybe $100 more than this. I'm not quite sure. Next, I want to talk about the AC unit that is on my roof. We got a 13500 Dometic AC. We bought this from an RV place in our city. If I can find a link for it, I will put it down below. But if not, just type that into Google and see what you can find, or call local RV places around you. Something that I want to mention about the AC is that we actually bought another AC, but it didn't fit on top of the van. We needed the AC to fit in between joists that were already in the van, like metal joists that were in the van, and the first one, the opening wasn't big enough. So we had to get a slightly smaller AC to fit in that, and it actually ended up costing us a bit less than the first one, so it worked out really well. Also, I will mention for in wintertime, we got something from Amazon that's a little heat strip that you put inside the AC, so you can actually run the AC as a heater as well. So I will find that link and put it in for you guys as well. It was very helpful using that along with my space heater in the winter. The tub that we used in the van was actually a custom-made tub from a steel company in our city. Our friend has a computer design program on his computer, and he's an engineer. So he helped us with all of the measurements. This ended up saving us a lot of money. For the custom made tub, we spent $782.28. Most of the grooming tubs are over $1,000, so this was an awesome option. I got to design it exactly how I wanted it, the size that I wanted it, and the look that I wanted for a lot less. When we got the tub designed, we actually just got the actual tub part. It was going to be a lot more expensive to do the legs with it, so we decided to do the legs ourselves. So we actually bought separate angle iron for $133.95 and had a friend of ours weld it to the tub for us. It worked awesome, and it didn't really matter how it looked because underneath the tub I have a cabinet anyways, so you can't even see the legs. So I encourage you, if you have a company where you live where they do steel work, then see if they will give you a quote for your tub, and maybe it might be a lot cheaper than buying an actual grooming tub, because really there's no difference between mine and the one I would have overpaid for from a grooming supply store. The flooring that we used in the van is a vinyl plank glue down. We actually used this same flooring when we did our tent trailer renovation last year, and I loved the color and the look of it so much that we used the leftover in the van and only had to buy one more box and a pail of glue. So since we already had some, the flooring only cost us $101.36. Next, I want to talk about my electric table in the van. I made a totally separate review video on the table that I will also link down below. I actually got it from wayfair.ca, which they have free shipping, which is awesome because all of the tables that I looked into across Canada, it would be $150 to $200 to ship to us. So this table was free shipping. I also had a coupon code for 25% off, so that paid for my $70 tax fee. So the total of the table was $729.26. That is a steal for an electric table. I made the review video about the electric table that I got. I had only been using the table for a couple months, but I've been using it a lot longer now and it hasn't failed me yet. I've really been enjoying it. It is a 36-inch table, and if you're looking to save a little money, I would definitely give it a try. If you watched any of our conversion videos, you might already know that we actually installed a window in the van for some extra lighting and venting, and that was pretty scary because we had to cut the hole in the van ourselves. The window is from a shop online and is made for a Nissan Envy, but that only cost us $400. Something that I rave about all the time is my clipper vac. I honestly do not know what I would do without it, but this is something that I bought myself when I came out of grooming school. So I actually didn't have to buy this for the conversion, but I wanted to add it in because it is something I use on every single dog pretty much. If you were to buy the same clipper vac as me, I have the clipper vac tote, and that would cost you $1,242.44. Now that is kind of expensive for honestly kind of a glorified vacuum that hooks up to your clippers. If I didn't already have a clipper vac, I'm pretty sure my husband and I would probably just DIY our own. So that's something you can also look into. The next things on my list from the conversion are all actually from Amazon.ca. And through Amazon, they didn't charge me any GST, so these prices will be without tax. The first one is our on-demand water heater. That was $229.99. The water pump that I use is $83.99. The shop vac that hooks onto the wall, which is very handy and very easy to take on and off, was $139.99. The tub fixture that controls the hot and cold water, it is a Delta brand, and that was $80.13. The vent that we added on top of the van that opens right above the tub just for some extra ventilation and so it's not so humid in there, helps me dry dogs a little faster. We got that off of Amazon and it was $65.91. The cover that goes on the outside of it so that the rain and snow and stuff doesn't get in was $46.37. My favorite anti-fatigue mat that I have raved about in a couple videos I got off of Amazon, and that was $42.34. Now when I bought that, I was like, I'm paying a little over $40 for a mat, seriously? But I freaking love that thing. Don't even bother with other brands. It doesn't scratch, doesn't get deformed, doesn't dimple, you're gonna love it. Okay, so I'm just gonna cover a few more things. Obviously, I can't cover absolutely everything we used in the van because we don't know how many screws we use, lots of that stuff we had before, but I'm gonna cover a few more of the kind of basics. So for the walls, we used something called puckboard. We bought this from Rona and they came in sheets for around $74 a panel, which is quite expensive, but it's a shiny kind of white material that is very easy to wipe down. It's very easy to wipe the fur off of. I highly suggest that over the board that has the texture on it. The texture is really going to hold on to all the dirt and fur, and I've heard that sometimes it discolors over time. So I would really encourage you to get the one that is smooth. You're thinking that we used about 5 to 6 panels of puckboard. So 6 panels times $74, That's a lot of money, but it looks awesome and it did the trick. The lighting that we used in the van, I couldn't find a link for it, but we also bought it at Rona. We waited for them to go on sale, and they are round pot lights that are quite shallow, so we didn't have to put the roof really low. I honestly really enjoy the pot lights. We also put them on a dimmer. I would say if I was doing it over again, I might add one more pot light. There is kind of an area in the van that, depending what the natural light is outside, sometimes that area can be a little bit dark, but I really love the pot lights and they look super slick. Something that I love how it turned out in the van is the backsplash up above the tub. What we used for this was Dumawall Plus, and they are like plastic tiles that we PL'd to the wall. We used one box of 8, and they are around $100 a box. We also got this at Rona. So far, it's held up great through the winter. We weren't sure if they were gonna buckle or kind of move, and using it every single day, dogs kind of jumping up and scratching. I will say they have held up awesome. So the tiles kind of interlock with each other, and then we PL'd them to the wall. Then for an extra moisture barrier, we did do a little bit of caulking in all the seams and around where they connect with the walls as well. If you are wondering where to get covered doors for any of the storage that you might be making in your van, we bought ours at Home Depot. I honestly just picked out the cheapest white ones I could find. We screwed in our own handles on them, which I think makes it look a little bit more modern, and I loved how the cupboards turned out. They were very inexpensive. I don't think I'll be able to find a link for them, but Rona had honestly like no options for cupboards. Home Depot was the place that we found our doors from. If you guys would like a separate video of everything tools and storage wise that I bought for the van, please let me know down below. I do plan on going into the van and giving you guys more of an in-depth tour. I know that I have a van reveal, but I never really took you guys through and told you all of the little details. One other thing that I forgot to mention earlier in the video is how much my decals on the van cost. I went to a company called Pelican Signs in my city, and I paid $1,281.87. Okay, that was a lot of stuff. I think I covered everything I wanted to go through, but if there's anything that I didn't cover that you guys want to know about, please leave a comment down below in the description box. I will try my best to get back to you. And if you have any questions for me or my husband, how we set up the van and how kind of the mechanics of it all works with the generator, etc., also leave that down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so sorry it took so long to get up this most requested video, and I cannot wait to see you guys in my next video. Thanks guys, have a great day.